Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. I'm not a fool. I understand that James Gunn and Peter Safran have only been in play for 3 weeks as co-chairs of DC Studios, and developing their plan is going to take some time. I want it to take some time. I don't want them to rush it. So I'm fine with that revelation that they're not going to be presenting their plan to David Zaslav and Warner Brothers Discovery till January. That's okay, right? Now, I understand that, Henry Cavill being Superman in Black Adam was very exciting. And maybe the studio wanted him to share his excitement. But, unfortunately, when you get a journalist with like Humberto Gonzalez, who leaks out the information he did yesterday, and I believe Humberto Gonzalez. I don't particularly like or respect Humberto Gonzalez, and he's certainly got an axe to grind since the shelving of Batgirl. But that isn't the point. When you start teasing stuff before your plan's finished, if you as a Superman actor start teasing people that you're back in play as Superman, but then it's revealed that you don't have a contract with the studio yet, that there's no kind of fully fledged or any plan for a Superman movie yet, or no director or writer attached, it looks unprofessional. It does. And personally, I understand that they've got 4 DC movies coming out that have nothing to do with Zaslav or James Gunn. It is kind of uncomfortable that Peter Safran, the co-chair of DC Studios, is attached to some of those movies. If it was up to them, these movies wouldn't be a thing. But they're there, they've been made, and they have to be released. And I think that Zaslav will be quite happy if all these movies made the type of money that Black Adam did, at the very least. It gets their money back with a little bit of a profit. Because I don't foresee these movies doing that well. My point here, and the reason I'm talking about this on today's video, is because it isn't a good look. It's time for James Gunn to stop teasing stuff until he's ready to reveal his and Peter's plan fully. Because, he's been posting pictures of Dead Man, the Lobo thing, for example, and, the Jason Momoa stuff, and Jason Momoa perpetuating this stuff about him maybe playing Lobo, when there hasn't been a fully fledged plan. And, again, we've got these 4 movies, and there's no clarity what connection they have, if any, to the future. This confuses audiences, and it doesn't help you in what you are attempting to sell. Now, I understand that David Zaslav and Warner Brothers Discovery have taken over a faltering company in debt, and they're trying to bring some hype to their biggest IP, which is DC. I understand all of this, but when you get an article like you do from The Wrap and Humberto Gonzalez, you look like fools. Because James Gunn has clarified that Gonzalez claims that he and Safran won't be presenting their plan to Zaslav and Discovery, Warner Brothers Discovery, till January. He's confirmed this is actually true. Now, there's another part to this article about Henry Cavill not even having a deal with Warner Brothers yet. Now, when he announced, when he said, look, I was in Black Adam, I'd just like to confirm I'm back in play, I'm back as Superman, I made the honest assumption that most of us did, that he had a deal. Because you would think, why would someone officially come out and say they're back as Superman if they don't have a deal? And you're going to say to me, well, Mick, of course he's going to come out and celebrate that he was in Black Adam. But he's not just celebrating about the post-credit scene from Black Adam. He's saying he's back as Superman, and now we know he don't have a deal. Yes, I believe Humberto Gonzalez, because it's been clarified he's telling the truth about Gunn and Safran's plan not being pitched to the studio till next year. So clearly, the other part must be true as well. We can't just We can't just, say one thing's true and the other one's false because it doesn't suit our narratives as fans. But this ain't the fans' fault. James Gunn and Henry Cavill need to shut up, right? Until they're ready to make an announcement. Until we have a Superman title, a writer and a director for the Superman movie, right? Now, it's also interesting that James Gunn may have teased a picture of Superman, but the words Henry Cavill haven't come out of his mouth. So, does James Gunn and Peter Safran actually want Henry Cavill as Superman? And is that an issue? Because surely it made more sense when they decided to bring him back as Superman in Black Adam to flesh out a full deal straight away instead of a quick deal that just puts him in Black Adam. It doesn't make sense at all. We made the assumption that he's going to be a part of the new DC universe, but maybe there's a deeper issue here between Zaslav, Cavill, Gunn, and Safran. Maybe Gunn and Safran don't want Henry Cavill as Superman. And look, I'm just theorizing here. And this is the problem when you start teasing stuff before you should. James Gunn shouldn't have teased anything. I know us as fans have got excited that he seemed to be, he had the narrative in the palm of his hands, James Gunn, and he took that away from the scoopers. But this article from Humberto Gonzalez and The Wrap says different. Now, I'm disappointed that article came out, but Gonzalez has been right about everything he said in the past couple of years. He's the one who broke the news about the Snyder Cut being announced. He was right. He was the one who said Cavill was going to be in Black Adam. He was right. So Gonzalez is a very good source. I don't like him. He's got me blocked on Twitter. We don't have any respect for each other. But at the end of the day, he is a respectable, good journalist, and he's breaking things and knowing things that not even Variety and The Hollywood Reporter know. So he is a good source of DC news. There's no question about that. So what I'm telling you, my subscribers, and to anyone who's watching this video, yes, he's telling the truth. Gunn confirmed that he won't be pitching this to Zaslav and Discovery till January. That's what Gonzalez said. It's true. So I believe that Henry Cavill doesn't have a new deal with Warner Brothers Discovery, which is a problem because there's no going forward until there's a deal, which means, we ain't getting a Superman film anytime soon if there's no writer, director, and there's no actor contracted to play Superman. This is bad. Now, basically, that doesn't mean that Henry won't get a deal at some point. And, we're not going to get a writer-director. But this means things are further behind in the development stages than we originally thought. Why did we assume things were further along, were being fast-tracked? Because Henry wouldn't shut up about Superman. And, maybe some of us thought, we would get some kind of slate before the end of this year, which clearly isn't going to happen. Again, I don't need any of that. I want them to take their time. But maybe it would have just been better if Henry and James kept their mouths shut in terms of James teasing things and Henry talking about the kind of Superman movie he wants to make when he doesn't even have a deal. This is unprofessional, this is embarrassing, and literally Humberto Gonzalez and The Wrap have pulled their trousers down, right, and made them look stupid. It's as simple as that, because, what's the point of Henry teasing Superman when he doesn't even have a deal? So, I don't have a problem with nothing being in place yet for a Superman movie. What I have a problem is when the actor who's meant to be playing Superman again is giving a false impression of things being further along. He says there's some things I can't say. I want to be a good partner. But he has clarified that he hasn't even spoken to James Gunn yet, or Peter Safran, it looks like. I don't know if he's even spoken to David Zaslav. So ultimately, the only situation with Henry Cavill as Superman is that he was in a post-credit scene in Black Adam, which is part of the DCEU run from the previous leadership. So are we in a situation here that Henry Cavill may not even be the new DC Universe's Superman? We will have to wait and see. But if James Gunn kept quiet until he was ready to reveal the entire plan to the public, and Henry Cavill kept his mouth shut until he actually had a deal and there was a writer and a director attached for the new Superman film, then I wouldn't be here talking like this. And right now, we wouldn't be disappointed about that article. So this is on them. They need to be more professional. They need to keep their mouth shut until they've got something to actually talk about. This has been Movies TV Mad. I am Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wife. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you in the next video. Until I see you again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.